So today we're going to create our little cherub portrait, and it's inspired by Raphael's cherubs over here. And today you're going to get two pieces of paper, a blue and a white. It's going to be more of this shade of blue. And we're going to be creating patterns around the outside. And if it's not covering the inside or the middle here, this is where Raphael's, your little cherub, is going to be glued on. So if you just focus on some clouds on the outer sides, you're going to be fine if the center is some of it's plain. And then we're going to be using blue, white, and kind of like a peachy color, tan color for the clouds. And then we're going to get a second paper where we're going to be drawing a pretty large cherub on our paper, which we'll eventually paint, cut out, and glue to this piece of paper, okay? So this one here is a finished example, and what we're gonna do first today is we're gonna start with the clouds. So remember, you're gonna get a lighter blue, so yours will probably show up a little bit better than mine, but I'm gonna write Mrs. K and your class code on the back because they're all gonna look very, very similar. If you have long sleeves, you might wanna push them up. Then you're gonna have sponges to do this as well. So what you're gonna need is, I usually go to the white first, and it'll kind of soften up the sponge, then a little bit of blue. So notice I didn't use a lot. And then you're literally going to dab, not wipe, I'm just pressing down, just blotting it. And then I could use this to kind of highlight some areas for my cloud effect. And then I go back into my white, maybe a little bit of blue. Maybe this one's kind of going off the page. Maybe I just go back to just the plain white. And then maybe this peach color here. And what's important is you have some areas that you're gonna leave blue paper, and then there's gonna be some areas that you have really, really light clouds. Some of the clouds maybe are a little bit bolder. And if you go off the paper, that's fine because you'll have your mat underneath it that will catch anything that goes past that, okay? So we're looking for clouds all around. You can have them in the center, but just know that you're gonna have your image cut and glued to this. So a pretty large portion of the center will be covered up, okay? So once you finish with this, you're gonna put this on the drying rack. The sponge, you can set it in the tall sink. If everyone's done with this, you just throw away the paper towel into the trash and then stack the plastic. And then you're gonna get I put this on the drying rack, and then you're gonna get a fresh piece of paper to draw your cherub. I would at that time wash my hands as well, but I'm gonna move on to my drawing of the cherub. So we have these little sheets. I'll also play this video a couple times so you can watch that and draw with me if you'd like. So the first thing you're gonna do is you want your paper to lay on the table horizontal. So the two longest sides are at the top and bottom, and the shorts over here. Okay, so we're gonna first draw the cherub's arms, like the forearms here, and elbows and hands. So it's gonna be starting with one arm. We're gonna start down here on this left side, and you're gonna draw it to about the middle of your paper, okay? So I don't want the arm to be too high. Here's halfway up here, but maybe halfway through that area. I'm gonna draw a curve down and then up. So it kind of has like this U shape, okay? Then I'm gonna do the same thing on this opposite side. Draw down, U shape, and then up, okay? And then you can see how this hand goes over. It doesn't show the thumb, so I'm gonna draw this hand. So I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can erase that. You'll have your nicer white erasers at your table too. And then you'll also have the other hand kind of coming down here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to show that hand, and I can have a little curve there to make it look a little more realistic, okay? So the hands are kind of crossing. And then they have in each elbow a little spiral to show your elbow, okay? So next we're going to do step 3 where we're gonna add the head. So the head's gonna go right here in the middle. So you're gonna create like a U shape, but the bottom of the U is gonna be covered up by the hands. So I'm gonna start here, go down, kind of pretend that I'm going under, and then back up. So you wanna leave plenty of space here at the top for the head and the hair and all that. So I got my U shape here. Mine's bigger than my hand, okay? This one on my big sheet is enormous. It's bigger than my hand spread out, okay? This is the size that you'll be getting, okay? And then the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw my eyes looking up, and then I'm gonna add an upside down V for the hairline. So I'm gonna do the V for the hairline first. I'm gonna go up here. I can give it a little curve because it is hairlines. And then I'm gonna draw the eyes. So when I draw the eyes, sometimes I'll draw little dots. And this is the outer, inner, outer of the eyes. Then I can draw the curves, kind of like a rainbow. Then the opposite down below. And then you want it to be looking up. Okay. And then after that, we're gonna add the ears. We're gonna have an ear on each side. So it's gonna go right where the eyes are. And I kind of go down, in, and then over a little bit. So out, in, and then back. And if it doesn't have this little curve, that's totally fine. Okay, then we're gonna add eyebrows and like an L for the nose and a mouth. So the eyebrows are kind of sideways. Okay, an L for the nose. And then the mouth, I'm gonna do, I'm gonna draw in between the nose and the chin. I'm gonna draw kind of like a little line like this, like a generic smiley face line. Then I'm gonna draw a curve here and there, and then the bottom, so that it has very full lips. Now when I look at mine, I feel like the face is a little wide here, so I'm gonna draw my little U shape and change it a little bit. This is 1+ to do it using pencil. You can alter and change if you feel like the chin is wider than what you personally want. And then the last is this rainbow like shape for the top of the head to create the hair. And the hairstyle really is up to you. So I'm gonna have my hair here, and these cherubs, even the boys had longer hair, so that would be fine. But if you want the hair to be short, however you want, that's up to you. And then we are gonna stop once we draw the cherub. So you should have the background blue paper with the clouds on the drawing rack. This paper you should have drawn with pencil. Make sure your name's on the back, and this is gonna go in your table folder.